would seem you have a lot of feelings about beer. As a dual citizen, you're also married to an Aussie. How does the UK stack up to Aussie bevies? Like, how would you rate a 4X Gold?
Ooh.
Well, I'm not particularly a big fan of 4X Gold. You've thrown a single product at me. I'd rather speak more generally. I mean, beer's become so international now that, you know, you can get everything anywhere, basically. For me, the thing was always the temperature. I remember the first joke I ever wrote in Australia when I came over in '86 with the late, great Rick Mail on a double bill, was that I genuinely think Australian beer is served too cold. And I remember writing a joke about how in Britain you might expect to find someone's lipstick on the rim of your on the rim of your glass, but in Australia you might find their lips because it's just beyond cold. I mean, that's my own. I love beer, and I love some Australian beers and other ones I don't, and the same goes for British and European. We don't have our beer warm. I mean, best bitter is served cool at what is known as cellar temperature, which means you can taste it. My problem with overchilled beer is you can't taste it. It's too cold. It's like overchilled Guinness. It was never brewed to be like that. But anyway, look, don't get me started.
We don't drink it for the taste, Ben.
So, Ben, I think I meant to be offended patriotically, but I could not care less about beer. So I'll move on to your show, which I do care about. It's got a fascinating title, Authentic Stupidity. This takes aim at who you've dubbed the idiot branch of the ape family. It's a lot of risk in this. Who's that?
Well, you know, I mean, my point, look, it's a nice title. I don't normally give my tours titles, but I did this time because everyone's talking about AI, and I really enjoyed that last segment. Nice interview. I'm not sure I'd have been able to sort of conjure up such thoughtful questions in the face of such a kind of confronting situation. So, nice one, Willie.
I take it I'm not part of the idiot branch?
Look, I think that the reason I called it Authentic Stupidity is obviously a play on artificial intelligence. I mean, how clearly we all seem to be getting stupider. We need signs to tell us when to get off the end of escalators, warnings on coffee cups that contents might be hot, and the events in America of the last week have shown us that weaponising stupidity is something that politicians are gleefully holding on to. My tour is the same as what I've always done, which is unpacking, as young people say, the authentic stupidity of existence, the essential absurdity of being human, a small, bare-forked animal in this mad world that we seem to be unable to protect or live in harmony. I think the artificial intelligence thing is a worry, and if ever there was proof of human stupidity, it's the fact that we've allowed a bunch of unelected, unaccountable, tax-avoiding billionaires floating off Malibu in their billionaire yachts, or blasting off into space in their privatised dicks, develop technology which they themselves admit is going to put us all out of work. I mean, if that was a terrorist, if a terrorist came on the telly and said, we've got technology that within 10 years will write all your novels and do all your jobs and basically render you redundant, I think we'd send in the SAS. But because it's a bunch of billionaires, we're going, oh, wow, you know, well, OK, apparently it's going to be able to write a new Beatles song, so lose some. You know, so basically, yeah, I'm not a fan of the whole idea of allowing technology to outstrip our ability to, I suppose, philosophically deal with the social consequences of these constant social revolutions that are being pressed on us by big tech without regulation and, above all, without taxing. But anyway, don't get me started. A little bit of politics, you know. But most of my act is my usual thing, which is all about human stupidity, never mind artificial intelligence.
Well, with the AI thing and the Gemini HI6 robot we just heard then, do you think these robots could ever do stand-up?
Well, I think they'd have to. Good evening, my name's Gemini HI6. You know, there's so much effort to make the thing human in every possible sense, and then gave it a robot name. It's so weird, you know. This thing's being really quite empathetic, and yet you're still having to say to it, so, Gemini HI6, how do you feel about love? You know? I don't know, maybe they just felt in order that we can tell a robot from a non-robot, they need to still give them robot names. They're getting so realistic. I don't know whether it could do stand-up. I mean, look, there is a terror, I think. I mean, you know, we know that AI is now writing a lot of the sort of background music and you know, the whole Hollywood writers' strike. I mean, to speak in my own industry, I mean, never mind the amount of work that it's taking away in so many other real industries, shall we say. But the idea that basically enough robots consuming enough of Hollywood writers' content Willa, mate, sorry, is that okay?
No, yeah, no. We've got to wrap you up because you've got to tell everyone at home. You've got to go and buy the tickets through Stand Up Tour. It's on sale now. Go to our